Hello YouTube! I am Pinstar and this is Manor Lord's Strategy and Tactics. So today I'm going to show you a build. A housing build, a housing district, if you will. Any of you who have been with my channel since the beginning know about the Crossroads build that I did for Banished some 10 years ago. Well, we're going to be following that up with one here for Manor Lords, which is fairly similar to Banished. And I call it the Well-de-Sac build. And this will help you get your first housing district online, as well as helping it get set up for growth so that everyone has what they need in a nice, neat package. So let me show you how to build it. So we're a little bit established here, but we haven't built any houses for our 5 homeless people here. We have built up 5 timber. That's all you really need to get started with this district. Now, we're going to start by going to construction, residential, and a well. The well is the centerpiece. It is the well in the well-de-sac part. The other part being a cul-de-sac, which is a popular suburban street layout for dead ends, which is a meaningful term in this case. So first things first, once you select the well, obviously you want to make sure that you place it somewhere on, the water table here, because, well, we actually want to use the well here. Other considerations, you generally want a fair modicum of space around here. Don't put it too close to roads or other things that you want to build out. Give it room to breathe. And lastly, you want this on fairly flat ground. You're not going to get perfectly flat ground in this game. It's all rolling hills, but flat enough. Like this right here, while not perfectly flat, is good enough. So I'm going to put it here. Keep an eye on which way you want it to hook up to the rest of your road network. I particularly want it to hook up to this road. So I'm going to rotate it so that one of the 4 corners is pointing in the direction that I want it to go. Right here should be pretty good. Now we're going to go to our road tool. You'll see these little road tool hookup spots. Click on one of them, drag it to the next one, click again, drag, click, drag, click, drag, and finish our little loop. That is our, the cul-de-sac part of it, the ring around the well here. Now we need to plug it into the rest of our network here. Put the tool at one of the corners and click and just drag it to your road here. For the first segment, we're going to go to burgage plot level 1. Now the way we draw this out is we start on the lip here around the well. We want to drag it towards the road. It's going to be 2 segments, so 1, 2, like that. Drag this out along the road for 4 segments. 1, 2, 3, 4. The final thing is a little bit more of a free-form placement to it. So I placed mine a little bit closer to my other stuff than I should have, but this actually still works. This is actually what we're looking for. So what we want is you want to drag out this shape like this. And essentially, by widening it like this, we want to see the following. We want 2 different burgage plots, so 2 main houses. Each of those plots we want to see a +1 here. These little plots right here are add-on plots that allow you to increase the number of families living on a single burgage plot. Lastly, we want to make the yards make this icon appear. This will give them economic backyards that we can develop and have them work. This is exactly what we're looking for, so we will build it. All right, not much else to do but to let them assemble it. So I'll see you guys on the flip side. Once you have your first plot built here, the reason why we wanted those extra icons on the blueprints will become apparent. So firstly, the backyard. By building your plot in a way that it has a backyard, you gain access to the backyard extension button, which allows you to add any number of really useful things to your plot here. For this particular build, I'm going to heavily recommend that you stick to this column. You want the agricultural plots. It will be a little bit overkill if you go for an artisan's plot with a double family. Those are generally better done with smaller houses, single families, but here this is perfect. So you know what, let's go ahead and get ourselves a vegetable garden. The other benefit, the other icon, that little house with a plus icon, gives us access to this expand living space. So on the same plot, right now is holding one family, we can have it hold an entirely second family. The building cost for this extension is exactly the same that you would pay for a singleton burgage plot here. So you're going even on materials. However, it's more beneficial to expand the living space for a couple of different reasons. One, the only construction that is needed is your oxes need to bring 2 logs to this plot. Secondly, it is a lot faster to construct compared to building a plot from scratch because of all the leveling. Basically, the hammer strokes that are required for a full building construction, the amount of work needed for the extension is minimal. Thirdly, the extension has a smaller footprint in the grand scheme of things. And last but not least, you do not need to have unassigned families to build the extension. The family that owns this plot will actually work on constructing it for you, even if you have no constructors. So you can continuously expand your population and your housing, even when all of your families are occupied doing non-construction jobs. Lastly, I think we're up to 5 good reasons, is that when we put a backyard extension here, the families that live on this plot will work it. And I said families, plural. That means 2 families working these plots will generally give you more output than just a single family to a single plot. So it's a little bit more productively efficient, while still only having to buy for 1 backyard plot. That is going to be basically this build, but rotated and repeated alongside, with one exception. So we have the 1 inlet road here, and obviously we need this in here for people to get to their houses. But on the other side of this road, we can do something else to help our people out as well. We're going to grab a marketplace here. Now here, for the placement of this marketplace, we do not want it up against this thing. This is going to be needed for more housing. We want to give it some room here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it 2 back, start it here, and then go up over, say here, and like that. Tweak the size and the shape of it so that you can get some, what you really want is just a big row of market stalls here, just along the road. But play around with it. You can get a nice little row. It doesn't need to be a ton of them, like the 4 right here. There's the 4. There we go. Bingo. Look how quickly the add-on plot is done. They're still thinking about maybe doing this, and we already have another whole house, and another whole family has moved in. That's the benefit of these add-on plots. That, and as the plot levels up, it gets even more population dense. But because we have a well, and because we will have a marketplace so close by, the fact that we have a dense cluster of houses here is not going to be a problem. Once they implement fire hazard, the well is going to be what you do to prevent fires, or at least put them out, and that's near all of the houses here. And then all of the supplies are coming in from the marketplace along this road. So that is the magic of this thing. And like I said, it's modular. You build it as you need it. This is the very beginning of the game. We only need a little slice of it. When we need more, we build out another 2. It's usually better to build them 2 plots at a time and then upgrade them and whatnot, and then keep going ring around the rosy here. One other note, when you are ready to expand this, it's usually best to go along the back of your last plot as far as making it work evenly. So rather than jumping the road, we want to just circle around here. So let's just do one more for an example's sake. And again, instead of going against the road, we go against our other plot. So we start over here, 1, 2, like that, pull it down to the edge here, and then get ourselves this little shape here, and this is exactly what we want. There is benefits, especially if you're doing a vegetable garden, to having the backyard plots actually taking up more space like this. Unfortunately, we lose the extension if we just let it snap to the road here. So I'm gonna pull it back just a little bit, just to make sure that we get those extensions on both plots. And if we can get a little bit greedier, a little bit wider, even better. That looks good to me. Beautiful. And here we have the completed Well-de-Sac. All that's left is just a couple of our additions that we have ordered under construction, but the build is complete. We have a nice little couple of marketplace stalls with room for them to grow. I resized it a little bit just to fit in this last wedge here. This whole build encompasses itself very, very well. So I hope this helps get you started on the path to greatness. If you guys like this episode and you want to see more like it, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave me a comment. Good, bad, or indifferent, your feedback's always welcome. So until next time, it's been Pinstar signing out. See ya.